what's going on YouTube? It's BullyJuice here. If you're new to my channel, welcome aboard. And for my OG returning bullies out there, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys my morning smoothie. I pretty much drink this thing every day, unless I'm like out of something. But you know how that goes. My goal is to consume this every day if possible. Now, I've kind of given you guys a video before where I shared this with you, but some things have changed. I've added some things. I've subtracted some things. So I want to share with you guys my update as far as what I drink and what I put in my smoothies. First and foremost, what you're going to need is a cup, something to, gather everything up. If you want to use a bowl, that's fine. Use a bowl. I like to use a cup. And number one, I'm going to be throwing some blueberries in there. Now, I like to use blueberries. You can use whatever you like, but I'm going to throw some blueberries in there. I've already kind of washed these blueberries. I do recommend that you wash your fruit. All right, next up is going to be my other berries that I would choose to consume. It's going to be my raspberries. Now, optional could be strawberries. You could use some other type of berries. Sometimes I put blackberries in there. And next up is going to be bananas, okay? So I usually like to put an entire banana in there. I don't cut it up, just use my hands and just cut this thing up. And then just like that, look at that. This thing's already looking dope. Now, everything that you see right now is something that I mentioned before in the smoothie when I kind of shared that with you guys. And we're going to continue to build on with this thing. Next up is going to be some oatmeal. So I eat oatmeal pretty much every day. I put a little bit of oatmeal in my smoothie, depending on if I'm going to actually be eating oatmeal with my actual breakfast. And if you guys want a video as to what I put in my oatmeal, I'm happy to do that as well. I'm talking about the oatmeal that I cook and eat. But what I really like to do, if I'm being honest with you, is I like to make these the night before. So usually fruit goes bad really quickly. We all know that, especially strawberries and blueberries and stuff like that. So what I actually like to do, I use these little reusable freezer bags, right? They're not like the normal plastic ones. These things are thick and you could rinse them out, wash them out, put some soap in there and reuse these things. So what I do is I wash all the fruit individually as far as the raspberries, put it in a bag. And I wash the strawberries, put it in a separate bag. And I do the same for blueberries or whatever fruit I'm going to be using, stick them right in the freezer. They're good to go for as long as I need them to be. And so what I do each evening is I like to put the frozen fruit in a cup and I put it in the fridge. And I love to put the oatmeal in there as well. As the fruit sits and starts to defrost, the oatmeal kind of soaks it up, and it's just better that way. I like it that way. So by the time I wake up in the morning, everything is nice and kind of soggy and like it's easy to blend and it's just perfect. It works out really well. Next up is actually going to be some turmeric and some cinnamon. So with all this stuff, you guys see I'm actually just kind of eyeballing it. I say play around with the amounts of what you personally like. I found what I like, I just, yeah. Until I decide that's enough, that's enough for me. You guys know, if you've been following me for a while now, you know I'm not really a stickler on counting macros and stuff like that to the T. I just make healthy choices, make healthy decisions each day. And that's what it's about. Moving forward, you learn to gather positive and good habits, right? You got bad habits, you got good habits. Build up on your positive, good habit list that's going to make you better each day. And that's all you really could ask yourself to do. You don't have to really sit down unless you're going to be competing and you're going to be bodybuilding and stuff like that. Next up, I'm going to throw some coconut oil in there. Just eyeball a little bit. It's really not much that I like to put in there. A little scoop, usually I'm good to go. Our next thing that I usually put in it, it depends on what's going on that day. And I'm going to explain. I know. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm going to explain. Sometimes I put honey in my morning smoothie. But sometimes I drink tea in the morning, and instead of putting honey in my smoothie, the first thing in the morning I'm drinking some tea, so I will put honey in my tea instead. So if I put honey in my tea, I'm not going to also put it in my smoothie. So it depends on what's going on that day. Like I said, sometimes I don't drink tea, but I pretty much drink this every day. Maybe not this, definitely this. But I like drinking this too sometimes. Before I get into the final item, I want to talk about some options. Now, sometimes I use yogurt, sometimes I use milk. Maybe almond milk, coconut milk, whatever you prefer. Also, we got some protein. You can use protein if you like. I like to throw in the mornings, and when I'm drinking my smoothie, I like to get a little bit of extra protein in. This is some plant-based. I actually got it for my wife, and she really don't use it like that. So I just throw it in my smoothie sometimes. I know some people that like to throw in some Irish sea moss for, the benefits that it offers. Maybe some chia seeds. I already mentioned the strawberries. You got maybe some coconut milk. It's up to you. You guys can actually subtract some of these things and you can add some things. Obviously, everybody's different. We're all different. We're different heights, different sizes. We come from different parts of the world. So our diet doesn't necessarily have to be the same, right? Our diet can be different too. So a lot of things I'm going to be offering you guys going to be guidelines. You can kind of stay along the line, or you can veer off to the left. You can veer off to the right. It's up to you. I want you guys to do what's best for you. That's what this is about. All right, last but not least, drum roll please, it's going to be some eggs. We're going to put in some whole eggs in this thing. I'm just kidding. I don't drink raw eggs, I'm sorry. It's actually going to be some coconut water. I couldn't resist, guys. I couldn't resist. I'm not drinking eggs, I'm sorry. That's just me. I'm not drinking eggs. But I'm going to put some coconut water in there, just enough to cover everything. Then I'm going to add a little bit more. You know me. And now this thing is ready to go. I mean, it is ready to go. I love these little cups, easy to blend stuff up. Got my blender right here. Take a deep breath. And it's ready to go. It's good. Just thought about something. Now, if you wanted to, you could also add some spinach in there. I used to add spinach in there. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Today, I don't have spinach. This is what I like to drink every day. You guys feel free, like I said, to add some stuff, subtract some stuff, do your things. Got a lot of other stuff coming soon. I've been hearing you guys say, look, what do you drink? What do you eat? What do you do? So I'm going to start sharing those things with you. Make sure if you haven't already, you check out gymoclock.com. Make sure you sign up. Listen, we're less than 50 days away from launching, guys. But I will say this, there will be an opportunity to get your stuff kind of early. And we will be opening up this site a little bit on the earlier side. Okay? So if you entered your email, you have an opportunity to get your stuff early. Shh. Don't tell anybody. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do so. Join the Bullyverse so we can become a bigger Bullyverse. But first, we got to get to 2 million, guys. We're at 1.1, something like that. We got to get to 2. But until next time, guys, we're going to have to catch y'all later.